Peace, everyone. How you doing? Welcome to Israel Doctrine's Google Hangout. I'm your host, Carl Albert, and you have now entered into our Hangout. And it's me and Mikha'el and Israel. We just talking about the cyber community, what took place last week. You know, debate. You know, a couple people said a couple things. A couple people responded to some people from, you know, Sonetta TV brand and stuff like that. So more than anything, I'm gonna pass the mic over to my brother here and let him deal with it. I take second fiddle. So, Mikha'el, hit him with what you got, man.
What's up, bro?
Peace. What up, man? I'm gonna mute my mic too, so we won't have no
Echo.
feedback.
Oh, nothing much, bro, man. I just came on here, man. You know, break bread with you, whatever. Get the people an update. You know, let them know I've been watching. I did a Facebook Live earlier. Dang, I need to share that link on my wall and stuff too, bro. Because I got some people just told me to send them the link. I don't want to leave them out. I told them to come to your page too, though. But you know, I don't know how to, well, we'll see. Hopefully they came to your page. Cause if you try to put it on my wall, I think I gotta accept it. I'm not sure. But you could try it for me. So yeah, man. Basically I was giving a recap on Facebook Live. So the people who not my friend, to let y'all know, I did a recap on, and some of them was partial recaps because I could be honest, I didn't watch a lot of stuff. I was really going off the you know, reputation of what I heard. And for one, it was it was your debate with Brother Jay. It was your debate with Brother Jay. And it was the Zion Lex and Jabari debate. And it was the Brother Reggie and Garfield debate. And I also addressed Brother Ngosi from Team Osiris, who I ain't got no beef with, and I ain't trying to start one. So in case y'all looking, Kansu and Ngosi, I'm definitely not trying to kick nothing off that ain't there. But I did want him to respond. You know, he is my friend now, but I definitely wanted him to respond to them comments I made, because I know he's seen them in the group. And, you know, he used to be my friend, so we could, you know, on Facebook, so we could definitely talk. But I basically was saying, you know, I'm getting tired of these people from these other, if you want to say paradigm or concepts or however you want to frame it, in the Black community coming against the Hebrew Israelite community or the Israelite community because they don't like a certain thing, but they can't give us nothing better. That was my whole thing when Ngosi trying to say, you know, our brother was on there saying he was a Hebrew, basically, or a sister, and he got on there and said, well, you older than Hebrew. And he got into this whole thing that he always get into. And before he got into it, I basically said, man, don't start with the Niger Congo and Sub-Saharan. Because that ain't really telling you nothing. It ain't giving you no flag, no real land, no language, no culture, no spiritual system, no none of that. So basically going off your version of Euroscience, we are all the same. So it cancels out the whole RDG thing. So that's what I was saying. And I actually am extending my hand out there because I'm real active right now. I came back with Fury. I've been quiet for a long time. Being that Ngosi is in the Chicagoland area like I am, we can get it, TJ Black together or whatever, and he can come to my crib, you know, or I can come to the city and we could sit down and have a conversation on camera. We could do that because a lot of people got to learn, man. They about to put some respect on our name, man. Like real talk. And so I was saying on my Facebook Live how basically you just washed the walls with the brother from Shield in that debate on Debate Talk for You. It wasn't even a debate, to be honest with you. I was giving him the benefit of the doubt, being that he used to be under the Israelite Act. I figured he know how to take things line upon line, but it just sounded like you was teaching him. So that just sounded like you was just basically, it's like they done became the pinatas for the Hebrews. That's basically what they done got, just beating them with sticks and all type of sweets falling out. And then the other one was the Jabari and Garfield thing, because he jumped on my post on my live when I was showing them the big camp we get, you know, in Chicago at the IOG. And you know, everybody know I don't camp bang, and it ain't that I'm ashamed and nothing. I'm from the IOG. Everybody know I am. It's just that I'm more focused on my own. The Lord taking me towards the walls of Jericho, which is my historical and biblical studies organization. I've been more focused on that, but I don't deny my roots and my family. And when I see people saying crazy stuff about them, even though they don't need me to defend them because they works defend itself, I'm gonna say something, especially when you ain't got nothing better. You know, and Garfield got on there, he gave props. He said, man, that's a nice facility y'all got. I said, I know. I mean, and it's not boasting, but ain't no Hebrew Israelite camp built like that from the infrastructure that big. I mean, it's basically like a mega church. And the only difference is we didn't steal from nobody, didn't lie to nobody. It was years. It took us decades to get that, literally. You know what I mean? So if you're gonna come with something, you got to at least come with something with an infrastructure. I mean, we got programs in there and everything for the community. So that was my whole thing. And then the other one was I had said something about Zion Lex. You know, I didn't see that whole debate. You probably did and probably got a different outlook on it, but I seen little clips and I heard people talking. It basically looked like Zion Lex went at his throat this time and didn't play around with him. So if that's the case, I'm very much happy about that, because Jabari, quiet as kept, is real semi-pseudo. He just make it sound cute and he makes himself more credible than the other so-called comedics over there, because he keep it real as far as saying they did have a spiritual system and they did have religion, and he does worship those deities as gods, and he didn't try to turn them into just aspects of nature. So I give him that respect, but he still comes with some pseudo stuff. And I don't care what kind of priest he think he is. A lot of it is hot garbage, and I'm glad Zion Lex finally put the foot slaps on him. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, I heard Brother Reggie had Garfield. I told Garfield, you know, I ain't talking behind your back, Garfield. So if you watching, I heard he foot slapped you, man. Choked the bug out your nose intellectually and had you in the bathroom asking for pointers from what's the dude name? Rob Bourne or Ray, whatever. I don't want to say the brother name wrong, but Rob Bourne. And so I heard somebody, he was in the bathroom with him. They called him coming out with the laptop. He was in there trying to get some pointers, man. How you do that during a live debate, man? Come on, Garfield. So y'all already know, man. If y'all got a problem with me, man, because y'all know I keep it real. I don't do the phony stuff. I'm a likable person if you a 100 type of cat, but I'm not finna play games with you when you out here faking in the paint, man. You got caught, man. You got caught. So you can go ahead, Israel. So basically, I'm basically saying we can recap that, and however you want to take it, that's what we gonna take.
Yeah, well, for the most part, you know, the word of God sliced and diced the gainsaying and the philosophy and the, you know, emotions of Brother Jay. You know, everybody know that's history now. But you know, I like
The
to recap.
emotion?
Huh?
You said the emotion?
Everything, man. Whatever they was working with got beat up. They emotions, they feelings, which is emotional, they philosophy, gainsaying, you know, cemetery, teachings, you know, all of that stuff. It just got bruised and abused. They doing their best though to try to gainsay to their people about it. They ain't dealt with Galatians 3:15 through 17. They ain't told us what covenant that is that cannot be disannulled from or added unto. No man can do it. It said Paul spoke on the covenant. What covenant was he talking about? And everybody know I came out the door showing that it was an Abrahamic covenant called circumcision, not a Mosaic covenant called circumcision. The Mosaic covenant of Moses just wrote about it to remind the people of the initial covenant. And so that clipped their wings because they like to say after the law of Moses. It's not after the law of Moses, it's after the initial covenant God made with Abraham. So the thing that tripped me up doing made me go crazy. It's like I'm up here trying to spread the law of sojourning now. Well, the strangers that sojourn with Israel has to do as Israel. One law for the homeborn and the strangers that sojourn. And they was trying to kick against it like, we ain't got to do what Israel got to do. Because Israel got to be circumcised, right? That was never the argument. It was an argument if the Gentiles had to be circumcised. But seeing that even the disciples and stuff weren't dealing with the laws of sojourning back then, they didn't say, well, if they're going to sojourn with us, then they got to be like us. And they didn't go to the covenant to show that the stranger had to be circumcised too. And they mad at me because in this day and time, I got enough sense to go back to the foundation and show the law of sojourning and how the strangers, whether they be bought with money or the blood of Jesus, have to do by house rule. You got to play by house rule. You can't come in here with your own cards and put your feet up on the table and stuff while we doing what we doing and stuff. No, you can't do that. You got to play by house rules, and it's the house of Israel. And as Israel dictate what goes on in his house, that's being Jesus himself, one of his names, you got to do that. So since Abraham dead, Isaac dead, Jacob dead, 12 patriarchs and all the people before Jesus was dead, he's the house owner now. And so he gonna tell people the way. He want his house ring. So it's simple as that, you know, but they try to limit you to the Old Testament. Don't want you to go in the New. I had one of their brothers over here beating them up when I was dealing with the spiritual molestation that then took place against them brothers and stuff. So outside of that, we talked about Poppy and the whole Tommy Sotomayor ordeal and stuff. Well,
yeah, I want to talk about that.
Let me hit on it a little bit more. Also, you know how Poppy then finally woke up and became conscious of none of them just using him for views and trying to get some filthy lucre off of, you know, the news cycle of Africa Bambaataa coming out. Well, you know, him and Ron Savage come out about Africa Bambaataa over there on, you know, Shot 97 or, you know, what's the man name? What's his name? I can't think of his name right now. Star of, you know, formerly of Star and Buck and stuff. So we talked about that, Poppy being aware of that. We talked about Tommy basically being a part of the back and forth, talking about the man, you know, slandering him, saying he was penetrated in the buttocks when he been said Bambaataa was a man that liked the oral stuff, not penetration.
Wow.
You know, so just some real stuff. So he's trying to sue him now and stuff. We talked about that over here. So been a lot of stuff going on in the community and stuff. You know, the brother James Castle, he did a video responding back to Garfield and everything. I see that floating around and stuff. So there's been a lot of little things going on in the cyber world. You know, the cyber bullying is still going on. The cyber police is being called. You know, the cyber world is getting pretty dangerous. It's getting kind of dangerous. But you got it.
Hello?
Yeah, you got it. Go ahead.
Yeah, I can't see you because had to bag out while we were talking and go kind of link to share it on my.
Yeah,
So
you all
now,
good.
yeah, but now that I came back, I can see the back chat, but it hit me, so I can't clear my screen.
You all
Put my
good. We
face.
hear you. We hear you. Just talk. They see you too. Just talk.
Okay. So yeah, so yeah, like I was saying, man, you know, yeah, that thing with Poppy, man, that thing there, that was really, really insulting. That was really foul. I don't expect nothing less from somebody like Tommy Sotomayor though, because I like I say, I don't throw that word around like that. But this Mikha'el talking, that's why I don't be repping I don't act like I'm a official spokesman for my camp from IOG, because I, like you said, I might say something that, you know, it don't represent them. So this is Mikha'el talking. Dude is a straight up coon, and you know the stuff he be, you know, he goes so extra on a black woman and all that. And so, you know, I ain't even really get too caught up into the whole him posted got caught doing a gay act on camera thing. But the whole thing is for him to attack a man, a grown man that was molested by somebody, you know, basically raped because he was a child. And I looked at one of his videos, and this cat Tommy Sotomayor gonna say, or Tommy Sotomizer gonna say, well, Poppy was 12 years old at the time, so he knew what he was doing. That means he was dating that nigga. He wasn't molested. So I went on his wall, I went on his channel when I said, so are you telling me 12 years old is you know, is eligible, is conscious, is of the age of consent? So that let me know you would do something with a 12-year-old girl. And like Kevin Grill said, you know, and other people came out, he was on there, you know, and like I say, I'm not into slander, because the Lord tell us about that. If you don't know it's true, then don't even keep the fire going. But the stuff they were saying about how he interact with his daughter and all that, I seen the little video, so I could comment on the video where he played with her and opened his towel up and she covered her eyes up, you know, and I heard his voice say he stopped taking showers with her when she was what, 11, 10, 9, something like that. 9, like, who does that? Because she looked at his pee-pee one day. That don't even, you know, but you gonna try to talk about Poppy, and this man was molested. Molested. Niggas, excuse me, but niggas like that, that's exactly what they are, niggas. They don't need to be in our community. Ain't no way I'm gonna find some type of equal balance with you to say you my brother just because your skin the same color as me. I put you right where I put them Hebrew Israelites, GMS, on that rape doctrine and that we gonna hire 11-year-old girls in the kingdom stuff. Until they retract that, I mean, I don't even give them no shalom.
Well, that's what I was saying yesterday, that in the Hebrew Israelite community, in the Moorish community, in the Kemetic community and stuff, we have cases of different people that's been caught up in those type of situations. So it's in every community. So, I mean, people is running from the molestation conversation, the pedophile conversation. Tommy's mad because Poppy called him a pedophile. Well, a pedophile is someone that looks and lusts after young ladies or young boys or whatever, and, you know, are potential child molesters because they're looking and, you know, things of that nature. So it is what it is, man. I mean, I don't know, you know. That's why
You know.
I try to tell people, as the Lord say, don't be looking on people with lustful eyes and thinking that you committing the act with them mentally already. That's, you know, it is what it is, man. I mean,
Yeah.
like I said, I wanted to talk about that subject all year. I ain't never ran from it. I think it's the subject that we all should be universal on, but seem as if we can't become universal on one accord with it.
Well, you know what? I tell you that you got my 100% support on something like that. Whatever you want to do, just like I would give my shout out to them brothers. You know what I'm saying? Regardless of doctrine differences or whatever. I love that thing that Tazariak and them did with the you know, no homo thing and all that, because cats from the cyber community, I like that term too, bro. Because I ain't calling them conscious, because they unconscious as hell. So people from that cyber community love to pick out stuff. The Hebrews always talking about homos and lesbians, and then they're flipping and say somebody that always talk about a homo must be a homo. Okay, so somebody that always talking about rapists and murderers, that mean we really rapists and murderers? No, Negro. That mean either you got it in you and you don't want it on Front Street, or that mean your best friend gay, or your child or your brother or your cousin. That ain't our problem. You know what I'm saying? That is not our problem whatsoever. So we gonna call all sin out the way it is. We gonna call it out. You know what I'm saying? We gonna call it all the way out the way that it is. And so I'm with you 100%. Whenever you wanna attack that, I already got stuff put together for that, man. You know what our master teacher said, Jesus Christ. He said, man, if any one of you, if you offend any one of these little ones, what'd he say? And it's funny, he used millstone, you know, and that's crazy. GMS be talking about, you know, playing with little kids. But he said, if you offend one of these little ones, you might as well put a millstone around your neck. And other part, they say put a big stone around your neck, you might as well throw it, tie a rope up to it, and I'm paraphrasing, and throw it over in the lake or ocean somewhere. Because that's how he feel about that. You see what I'm saying? So we don't got no problem addressing this. We're going to address it just like we address everything else: drug abuse, pedophilia, homosexuality, murder, stealing, even spiritual molestation, as you called it. I ain't never really heard that one. You know, I say spiritually retarded, and you said spiritually molested. So that's kind of hilarious. So, man, I'm there, man. Real talk. We ain't got nothing to duck.
Yeah, so these are the things that been taking place in the community and stuff, the cyber community. That's the new name for it, y'all. We basically came up with it and agreed up on it when we was coming up with a name for the show. I said I don't want to say, because when he did this Facebook thing, he said in the conscious community. I'm like, I don't want to use conscious community. I don't mess with that stuff really no more. I'm trying not to. So cyber community. So everybody that's online and on social media is a part of the cyber community. We don't leave nobody out, right? Mm-hmm. So really, that's homosexual, gays, child molesters, and all them people. We have to address them though over the cyber space that we in. You know what I'm saying? Crooks, thieves, everybody, everything is on the internet. In the cyber world, and we got to address them. You know what I'm saying? You got to understand when you take part in this matrix, this cyber world, that you have to address all these things. You know what I'm saying? And the more you stay away from addressing them, the more they become what they are. You know, what's that, CBS? Them used to show what a man to be, had the children on the phone talking to people, telling them to come to the house. And they be coming to the house, and then the police, they're waiting on them and stuff. They got candy, flowers, and all of that. You know what I'm saying?
That's how to catch a predator.
Yeah, catch a predator. So, you know, we might even have to set up some predator stings and, you know, and catch a couple predators. You know what I'm saying? Tell me, you better watch out. They might have a little young girl, you know, picture of, but they might be trying to catch you. Pedophile. Right. they looking for pedophiles like you, Tommy.
Like on the real, you know how we look at it. It's like this. We do the intellectual boxing and all that. You know, it's cool sometimes. But as servants of the Most High, see, that's the thing. I think sometimes they lose focus because we not that modern day holier than thou religious type of acting people. So I think a lot of times when they get around Hebrew Israelites, or you know what I'm saying, Hebrew Israelites, they think that we supposed to, I don't know, we so cool, we so down to earth with our conversation and how we deal with stuff, that they actually think that we are not set apart. And so, you know, I think they lose focus of that. And sometimes the Israelites kind of help feed into that when they start acting like jackasses, you know. But on the real level, man, cats like Tommy Sotomayor, man, like I'm gonna be honest with you, that's outside of an intellectual boxing match because he don't have no intellect anyway. Now, I don't know, like out of mainstream, you know, what he learned in public school type of thing. I'm not hating on the brother as far as his success. You know, he doing good. And he did open up avenues with the YouTube thing. But now he's just basically he's basically a parasite. That's what he is. He a parasite. You know, I used to watch some of his videos and I would be like, well, some of the stuff he say about the black woman is true, but the way he go about it, it's just fully just like he hates the black woman. But I don't see him putting that same emphasis on the black man, like we ain't had nothing to do with it or something. And then when he do talk
well, he's a shock jock, man. You know, he's a Howard Stern and stuff. He just on YouTube where he can't have women or men on there naked and titties out and doing all shocking things and stuff of that nature. But he'll say or do anything. That's why he said the thing about his daughter play with the towel, and you even go with Poppy that way and other people and stuff, because he want to do shocking and say shocking things, and people like, man, I never heard nobody or seen nobody do this, so you gonna share his video just for shock value. Right. You know, I was never into his I never been into his stuff. I knew he had numbers and stuff, and I wanted to get over there, and he did allow me to get over there last Christmas. But you know, I really didn't have nothing like you said. I wasn't against him because I was like, you know, I'm a Tupac fan. He got keep your head up and wonder why they call you a B, you know. So, you know, I will be a hypocrite if I said I don't see both sides of the conversation. But most of the stuff he do is for shock value. You know, he's not really trying to have a real conversation. You know, as Pac said, I learned the difference between a B and a prostitute. One's just sleeping around because she's sleeping around. The other one, a prostitute, she going to work. She trying to get some money, probably feed her children and stuff. Or maybe she just trying to get a Fendi bag and, you know, or a car or something. Ain't no telling, but it is a difference between a professional and one that's just going out there and, you know. So it's differences, and having real conversation about it is having real conversation, but he's not having real conversation.
Yeah, like I say, I ain't put too much. It's just the fact that, like you said, but I'm you might want to mute your.
Yeah.
Okay, he like one of them cats, and I know you will know what I'm talking about, and some of the viewers will too. You know how you watch certain people, even though you know they're gonna say something to piss you off. Like I used to watch Bill O'Reilly, knowing he gonna say something to itch my britches. I used to watch, you know, what was it, Hannity and Combs, knowing Sean Hannity gonna say something so sneak racist that it was gonna aggravate me. You know, I got a bunch of people like that I torture myself and I watch them just to see what stupid stuff they gonna say to irritate me. And that's what Tommy was. You know, that's all he was. You know, like last summer, he did a little video in a barber shop, and it's the only time I had somewhat of an interaction with him, because I don't want him thinking somebody trying to ride off his name. Hey, dude, I don't give a damn. You ain't nobody to me. Like, you're not even a factor in a real community. You know, you for them little Real Housewives of Atlanta ass dudes. You know what I'm saying? And white people that don't like black people, they love you. You like the super Uncle Tom. And I don't even like to say that term, because if you really knew who Uncle Tom was, you know, I'm just using it loosely. He really wasn't, you know, what they make him out to be. But he's a, you know, a simp. And he did a video, and he was talking about this barbershop. Now, funny thing about it is, it's the barbershop that I used to go to. You know, I used to get my hair braided and stuff there, right? This barbershop is on 80th and Halsted. If anybody knows Chicago on the south side, this is where I get my hair done at, right? And if anybody know that area, that's one of the livest, crackingest, hooded out, serious neighborhoods that you get by St. Knife Halsted right there. And he pulled the clip of a sister. She was on there, mind you, yes, she was on there wilding out, making us look bad as a people. And you know, she was snapping out or whatever. Make a long story short, it was a little brother in there that was recording it, so he put it on World Star Hip Hop. Little brother, he wanted us, quote unquote, moles around there. Y'all from the Shy, you know what that means, Carl. He's a mo or a stone or whatever. cool little brother. I know him, but you know, he's still there in that lifestyle still. So I get my respect when I go in there. You know what I'm saying? They look at me as a, you know, a retired lord or whatever. I still got my respect in the hood. I could do that. So when I seen the video, I seen the little brother sitting there, and the little brother put his face on there. Tommy makes a video about it saying, look at this little brother. He's a B word. Look at him acting like a little B. And I'm like, man, he must don't know them little brothers will put him in a trunk. Like them cats don't play. So I went on his page. I said, hey man, you know, you taking that little stuff too far. Hurt sooner or later. So it just so happened lately he went to New York, and you know, if that was staged or not, I don't know. I don't care. But he supposedly got punched or whatever, and it just so happened to be a sister that stopped him from getting stomped out. You know, from what the stories say. You know, Carl, it could be some BS behind it, but from what we see, that's what happened. So that would be funny. That would be real ironic, because that means the main person or people that you making a living off of dogging, the black woman, is the one that saved your ass from getting stumped into a mud hole. You know? So that's what I'm saying, man. He could say whatever he want to, because you know he
yeah, I'm one of the main ones that put it out there that we didn't see the punch, so you can't really say it was a punch. At this point, you got to say alleged punch and this and that. And so, you know, that was to try to chill the atmosphere of what was going on. I made a video about 2-3 weeks or a week after that, and was like, people, please stop feeding into this thing, because the cyber police is getting called now. You see what I'm saying? We got a Dr. Mayat situation where people got to go to court because of cyber matters and this, that, and everything else. This cyber community is getting very dangerous and crazy and stuff. So, you know, my thing is to kind of shout out and reach out to people and try to tell them, you know, be aware of be vigilant of who you entertaining and who you going back and forth with, because they might not just be a private citizen. They might be them people. And they're trying to profile you and stalk you, as we talked about, or as I talked about at our, you know, little thing in Chicago.
Right. And if anybody listening, man, that cyber profiling of the Israelite male that Israel Doctrine did, y'all really need to check that out. Like, regardless of how you feel about him or whether you think whatever, because you know, we one thing, you know, when you walk this walk, you're not gonna satisfy everybody. So just be unbiased and look at what he's saying, because to be honest with you, he wasn't, even though the title was cyber stalking the Israelite male, it's really talking about cyber stalking anybody that call themselves pro for our people that's on social media. That's really what it was talking about. You know, the Israelite thing was just on there because we are Israelites and we believe all black people that came during the transatlantic slave trade are Israelites. That's why it's titled that way. And I know you could probably already explain that, but I'm doing it from the outside just to let them know. Y'all should check that out. It's on his wall. It's on my Hebrews in the Hood wall too. Because he brought out some good stuff. Like, I didn't know the dude, when he opened up, he got like this long video of this dude getting harassed by the police. And I was there live and I was looking like, what is he showing us for? Like, I didn't get the point until the lecture went further and I found out the boy came up dead or whatever. And I was like, wow. You know, for stuff that he was posting on Facebook. So it's not a joke. Everybody on here that's trolling us is not just them recluses or hermits that sit in their basement, that don't have a social life, they can't get a girlfriend, and they up all night smoking squares and cigars, watching UPN. It ain't just them type of cats. Some of them are literally parts of law enforcement, and that's what their job is, to do social media. Do y'all know how many murders? Now, Chicago got the worst, I think, from what I've seen, you know, as they say. I ain't even talking about the murder count, but it's the number of unsolved murders. Like, you got literally 55 to 60% chance if you kill somebody here, going statistically, that you're gonna get away with it. So your whole thing is you just better off not telling nobody, because the whole snitching rule that was associated in our days with the organized gangs is kind of out the window. I mean, it's not, as far as the people that snitch still get dealt with, but that just add to the murder rate, because now the snitch is getting killed. So it's just like everybody's just getting killed. But my whole reason for saying that is, you know, when you look at stuff like that, man, it's just, we at a point now where we got to stop being so reckless and careless with this. It's not a joke. It's not a joke. I mean, I ain't telling you to be paranoid when you on social media, but you damn sure better be aware when you on social media. Everybody ain't there is not just some loser goofy with a fake profile. A lot of times they got them Hebrew Israelite names. They on there with them long ass super Y names. Like mine's Mikha'el ben Yesharon Yisrael. Ooh, he's a Hebrew Israelite. I could very well be, if y'all didn't know me live or know me in person, I could be an old white Jewish dude that's the sheriff of some damn police, or I could be a federal agent. And a lot of them is exactly what they are. All them Hotep, Amun, Aset Negroes with the Ankhs, a lot of them might be feds. A lot of them Super Shabazz, Muhammad, Abd Ali, Nation of Islam Negroes might be the feds. A lot of them, you can't really, well, I ain't gonna get out on them like that. Okay, a lot of them, what do I say about Christians? They don't really got no identity. Jesus loves you, give me a kiss, baby. That might be their name. They might be feds. Just trying to get into business. So yeah, man, that I think that was a powerful lecture. If ain't nobody seen it, y'all need to go check it out. And I'm gonna give a shout out to that no I ain't. He know who he is. No, I ain't. But he know who he is.
Let me say this too. Let me say this too. A lot of those pictures with sisters with hair wrap, y'all beautiful Israelite sister or whatever, beautiful sister, you know, Gentile or European or Hispanic sister that y'all add them sisters and like, oh yeah, I'ma holler at her, this and that. She look like she look good, maybe potential for down the road 2-3 years. I'll let her get cool with on Facebook, talking the inbox and stuff. Might be the feds. So you better watch yourself. I'm gonna tell you like my daddy used to tell me, don't let your wants hurt you, son.
Man, we gonna go with some quotes. I can't remember, my dad used to tell me something, man. My old man was quiet too. He said it one day and it was real funny. Kind of biblical, but it wasn't. Like it was, but I don't know if he knew it was. But he said something like, what'd he say? Female, told me, don't let no female know you like her to the point where you would do anything for her, like go against your integrity. He didn't say integrity, he said go against your character, who you are. My old man told me that. I didn't know what it meant at the time, because I never really let it happen to me anyway. But I seen cats do it. They just act a clown because they think this sister like them, not knowing, like, tying it up to what you said, she might not even be who you think she is. So you finna jump out the window and send yourself off, and she would say, man, you know how long our history go as Israelites, Carl, where we could look where a female came and she was the straight bait. You know, like what was the chick name that Saul, I think it was Saul's daughter, and he put on David because he knew she was the, you know, he knew she was the kind of chick that David was attracted to, but she was nutty as a fruitcake. And he knew she was gonna throw David off. You know what I'm saying? Cause ain't nothing like having no messed up woman in your house, Joe. That's like terrible.
Yeah, but it's the same thing, man. It's the stuff. You can't tell me sort of my show. You know, it's vice versa. You know, but not to stick on that, you know, and not to go too long. We just back, you know, through the week and stuff. People, it's a studies. Every week we need to go through and look at stuff. Monday is not the first though in cyber world and your cyber phones and your computers and stuff, it might have an M for first day of the week. It's the second day of the week, people. Sunday is the first day still. You know, as the books say, they're trying to change those and stuff. You know, they changing that, they done changed the horoscope, they changing a lot of stuff. It ain't what it used to be. You need old encyclopedias so you can go back and reminisce what it used to be. But people, I'm gonna let my brother close out and stuff, man. It's been it's a funny week happening and stuff, you know, a lot of back and forth talking and phone calls and, you know, people getting mad stuff, you know. It is what it is. Hopefully we can have a better week this cyber week. Off work today and stuff, they resting and everything. I don't know what then went on today because I'm not really trying to follow people, but hopefully we can make these weeks better and get this cyber community, a cyber world back on track. But I'm gonna give it to Mikha'el now, let him close out. And
okay.
Peace.
For sure. Anyway, but damn, what was I finna say? Okay, cool. Yeah, but with that right, I just like to say to everybody listening, yeah, man, look, right now, if y'all out here and y'all some type of name, because I'm gonna keep it real, it ain't about our name. Some people get 100,000 views, some people get 1,000,000 views, some people only get 1,000 views, some people might get 500 views or 100 views. But if you getting any views, you something to somebody. So you are actually affecting somebody's household, somebody's life, and that means somebody's community to a degree. We got to stop playing, man. Let's just stop doing stuff. I know some people get paid off YouTube. I'm not knocking them on that. That's a career. Hell, if if my page gets jumping like that, I might go and put the what is called monetization on that. It was on my old page. I don't really care about that. That's because I got real stuff going on as far as my ministry or whatever. So people that know me know that I'm for real about this. I don't care about none of that. The Most High gonna bless me anyway, whether it's through writing books or whatever I'm gonna do. I got a few skills. I ain't that dumb. But what I'm saying is y'all need to really watch what y'all out here doing. First off, I like to touch on what Carl was saying. This cyber thing is no joke. It's people out here that mean you harm, and it is no coincidence since this so-called Hebrew roots movement thing has gotten so out of control to the point where they can't put the flame out. It's not a flame no more. It's a roaring forest fire. It's at that point now that it's going to be the powers that be are going to get irritated because they can't deal with it. And the more, this is for the who I call the real conscious people, meaning those in the truth. They know what I mean. The Lord said He gonna pour His Spirit out, and that's what we seeing a microcosm of that right now. That's why so many people is waking up saying, "Man, I ain't no Negro, I ain't no African American, I'm a Hebrew Israelite." And people don't like that because it's the only thing we've ever been called where we can actually use history outside of the Bible. As much as the critics say, take that Bible away, you ain't got Israel, you a damn lie. We can go through history with ancient Persia, ancient Assyria, even in Kemet, or so-called Egypt, you got references to us Israelites being there. But it's by the name Hebrew, Eber, Abar, whatever you want to do. We got them there. And they'll say, well, that don't mean that. I was talking about a totally new group. Now I sound like Garfield, but that wasn't a Garfield voice. Hey, you know how he is. You think, wasn't talking about them, brother. That wasn't talking about them. I was talking about another group from Jerusalem. Stop it, Garfield. Yes, it was. You made yourself look foolish. Like I said, I love you, Garfield, but you made yourself look foolish with that trying to debunk a Ludo Equiano thing. And I know my brother Israel don't vibe with brother Mike like that. But you got to get he agreed with me. He'll get credit where credit's due. Michael Edwards made you look silly. on his breakdown of how you look silly saying Aludo Equiano is not a vocal point for the Hebrew, not only the Hebrew Israelites, but he validates it when nobody ever said Aludo Equiano said out of his mouth, I'm a Hebrew Israelite. Because if you believe in the prophecies and the scriptures, he wouldn't have been more than likely saying I'm a Hebrew Israelite. But if I did the show, I'm the first cat I know, unless y'all inform me otherwise, which y'all take, because I don't care about credit. It came from God. You go to Debate Talk for You. That show I had, The Jig Is Up or The Gig Is Up, use Equiano's book, Aludo Equiano, showing the correlation between him he telling a story on how he was in Africa. He got kidnapped by some other Africans that was not like his tribe because, for one, he brought out how the men was uncircumcised. Compared to him, you know, and he was saying the customs of how he loved his mother so much, but he couldn't hug his mother during certain times of the month because she was on her menstrual. All that come from the law of Leviticus, from the Hebrew Israelites. So nobody ever said he was one. We know due to the history and the prophecy, that's how we know he was one. And he made a comparison to the Jewish people. So I'm glad Michael Edwards brought that out so y'all can stop with that folly. And they go back to Garfield. It show how biased you are. And it is an agenda to keep Negroes stupid. Y'all want us to be everything else besides the people that we are. Yet y'all never questioning white Jews about who they are. And that's why I'm going to start busting y'all head straight to the white meat. When y'all want to kiki and kaka with me, we brothers. And then as soon as we get through talking, you go on there saying how illegitimate the Hebrew Israelite claims are. Sit down with me and do it. I guarantee you I ain't the greatest scholar on earth, but I'm good enough. I'm a jack of all trades because the spirit of the Lord with me. I'm going to make you look stupid as hell. You already know it. And what other thing I want to say? Okay. And other than that, like I say, we got to be aware of these cyber stalkers / feds / agents, whatever you want to call them. And the last thing is, I'm about to end it with this, Carl. I was just about to say that I put the so-called naysayers of us being Hebrew Israelites that come from the chemist science persuasion, and it's not all of them. I put them exactly with this new little fringe group of these Christian apologetics. They got the exact same mission. They got the exact same mission, and it is a spirit on them. I'm telling y'all, this ain't spookism. It's a spirit on them where it don't matter what facts you show them. You is basically, in other words, you still a nigga, and just be happy with being a nigga and look for something better. And we ain't going. So with that, I say shalom, shalom. Peace, and subscribe to Hebrews in the Hood and Mikha'el Israel page. And Walls of Jericho will be out. I know y'all getting tired of me saying that, but it will whenever the Lord's will be done. All right, I'm done, Carl.
Yeah, so I'm gonna just say peace and leave y'all with some wisdom, you know, that's been around here for a minute. Even a clock is right 2 times a day. So with that said, you know, watch for the human clocks. Peace.
Peace.
Peace.